Good evening. Let me begin with a truth that might sting a little. You've been waiting too long for life to change, waiting for the right timing, waiting for motivation to strike, waiting for someone to come and save you. But what if I told you that one single hour, just 60 focused, intentional, raw minutes could shift the entire direction of your life? Not a week, not a decade, 1 hour. An hour where you stop scrolling and start searching. An hour where you silence the noise and face your truth. An hour where you put the excuses down and pick yourself up. I'm not promising perfection. I'm not handing you a magic button. I'm offering you something more powerful: ownership. What you do in this next hour can become the foundation of a new story. Maybe it's the hour you forgive yourself. Maybe it's the hour you finally make the call, send the email, write the first page. Maybe it's the hour you decide that enough is enough. Let me ask you, what's more painful, staying stuck in the same place for years, or spending 60 honest minutes doing the hardest, most important work of your life? 1 hour of clarity, 1 hour of courage, 1 hour of choice. You don't need a plan for the next 5 years. You need 1 hour to begin, and that hour, it can be this one, right now, right here. So take a breath. Turn inward and choose you. This hour can change your life, but only if you let it. Stop waiting for life to change. It's waiting on you. You've been sitting in the passenger seat of your own story, hoping someone or something will suddenly take the wheel and drive you to where you want to be. But life doesn't work like that. It's not going to knock on your door with a bouquet of miracles. It's not going to show up with perfect timing, and it won't wait forever while you hesitate. You think you're waiting on clarity, waiting on confidence, waiting on motivation, but the truth is, life is waiting on you. Waiting on you to show up, to decide, to move, to finally say, I'm done standing still. Because nothing shifts until you do. No growth, no breakthrough, no next chapter begins until you turn the page. You say you're stuck, but maybe you're just scared to choose, because the moment you choose, that's when the pressure starts. That's when the excuses have to die, and maybe that's why it feels safer to stall. But let me tell you something, avoiding the risk won't avoid the regret. Delaying the decision won't spare you the disappointment. It just delays the life you could already be living. There will never be a perfect moment. There will always be doubt in the room, fear in the back of your mind, and reasons to hold back. But there's also a voice inside you, small, steady, stubborn, whispering, it's time. You don't need all the answers. You don't need to know how it all unfolds. You just need to take the first honest step toward what you want, and then another, and then another. You weren't made to watch your life from the sidelines. You were made to create it, to shape it, to live it fully, not just survive it. So stop waiting for life to change, because it's not coming to rescue you. It's already here, hands open, heart beating, saying, I've been waiting on you. 1 hour of intention can have more impact than years of hesitation. Let that sink in. All those days you've spent overthinking, doubting, second, guessing, they add up. They pile on top of each other like weights you were never meant to carry. And all the while, the life you want, it's just on the other side of 1 hour, not a lifetime, not a decade, just 1 hour of being honest with yourself, of being deliberate, of tuning out the noise and tuning into what actually matters. In 1 hour, you can make a decision you've been avoiding for years. You can write the first page of a story you've been dreaming of. You can speak the words you've been too afraid to say. In 1 hour, you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I'm done running. I'm done delaying. I'm ready now, because time doesn't change you. Clarity doesn't come just because the clock keeps ticking. It comes when you choose it. When you step out of the loop you've been stuck in, the loop of fear, of doubt, of waiting. You don't need more time. You need more truth. And that truth lives in the hour you keep avoiding, the hour where you show up not for the world, not for your to-do list but for yourself, the hour where you stop numbing and start noticing, the hour where you stop reacting and start creating. What could happen if you gave yourself just 60 minutes of focused intention, not multitasking, not pleasing, not scrolling, just you, your heart, your truth, your next move? That's all it takes sometimes, not a new year, not a new job, not a new version of you, just one bold, clear, honest hour, and you already have that hour, right now. So don't let hesitation keep stealing years from you. Because 1 hour of intention, it could change everything. Silencing distractions allows you to face your truth. And that's exactly why so many people avoid the silence. Because once the noise fades, there's nothing left to hide behind. No music blasting in your ears, no endless scroll of other people's lives, no inbox screaming for your attention, just you and what's real. In a world that runs on noise, silence can feel terrifying. Because it forces you to listen, not to the outside world, but to the voice you've been ignoring, the one that knows what you really want, the one that remembers what you gave up on, the one that's been whispering even while everything else was shouting. Distractions are comfortable. They keep you busy enough not to notice the ache in your soul. They give you a reason not to look too closely, because looking closely means asking hard questions, and asking hard questions means facing hard answers. But you can't heal what you don't confront, and you can't confront anything when your mind is cluttered with constant noise. You tell yourself you're too busy to stop, but deep down you know it's not about time. It's about fear. Fear of what you'll hear in the quiet, fear of what you'll feel when you finally stop running. But the truth, that's where the freedom is. That's where the real change begins, not in the noise, not in the rush, but in the stillness, in the pause, in the breath between distractions, when you finally come face to face with yourself. And maybe it's messy, maybe it hurts, but it's real and it's yours. You don't need a perfect answer, you just need the courage to listen because when you stop escaping your truth, you start reclaiming your power, and it all begins in the silence, not forever, just long enough to hear what your heart's been trying to say all along. Excuses feel safe, but they're stealing your future. They wrap around you like a blanket, soft and familiar, whispering, "It's okay, not today." They tell you you're not ready, that it's not the right time, that maybe later will be better, and in the moment, those words feel like comfort. They let you off the hook. They make you feel protected from failure, from judgment, from effort. But what you don't see, what you're not supposed to see, is what they cost you. Every excuse is a trade of your power for your fear, a trade of your progress for your comfort, a trade of your future for your familiar . And they never feel dangerous at first. They sound logical, reasonable, even responsible. But over time they pile up, one becomes two becomes a pattern, and suddenly 5 years have passed and the dream is still a dream. The book is still unwritten. The conversation is still avoided. The change is still waiting. You tell yourself you're being careful, but what you're really being is stuck. You think you're protecting yourself from disappointment, but you're actually building a wall between you and everything you say you want. And that wall is made entirely of not yets, of maybes, of what ifs. Excuses don't keep you safe, they keep you small. They don't protect your potential, they bury it. And deep down, you know that. You feel it every time you lay down at night with that quiet ache in your chest, the ache of knowing you didn't give yourself a real chance. You don't need more time, you don't need more validation, you don't need perfect conditions. You need to stop believing the story that your excuses are keeping you safe, because the longer you hide behind them, the further away your future gets. And one day, if you're not careful, you'll wake up and realize it's not fear that kept you from becoming who you were meant to be. It was the excuse that said, tomorrow, when the truth was, it should have been today. This hour is not about perfection, it's about ownership. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to do it flawlessly. You just need to show up and be real. Because this moment, this hour, isn't asking you to be someone else. It's asking you to finally take responsibility for the life you want. Not the life you were told to live. Not the life you've been settling for. The one you want deep down, quietly, stubbornly, powerfully. And that starts with ownership, not blame, not shame, not guilt, ownership. The kind that says, this is my life, and I decide what happens next. You've spent too long chasing perfection. Too long trying to get every detail right before you move. Too long believing you had to become someone better before you could become someone braver. But perfection will paralyze you. It'll trick you into waiting until everything looks clean, polished, and certain. And while you wait, your life waits with you. But ownership says, even if I'm scared, I'll take the step. Even if I've messed up, I'll still move forward. Even if I don't know where this ends, I know where I begin right here. This hour doesn't require you to have all the answers. It asks for your honesty. It asks for your presence. It asks for your courage to look at your reflection and say, no more hiding. Because until you own your choices, your dreams will belong to your fear. Until you take back the pen, your story will be written by your doubt. You don't have to be perfect to begin. You just have to begin with truth, with heart, with intention. This hour is yours, not because it will be flawless, but because you'll finally claim it, not for them, not for the world, for you. You own your past, you own your present, and right now, you get to own your future. Life doesn't change in leaps, it changes in small, courageous choices. We like to believe in big moments, the breakthroughs, the grand transformations, the scenes where everything shifts in one dramatic instant. But most of the time, change doesn't arrive like thunder, it arrives quietly. In the tiny choices you make when no one's watching, in the decision to speak when it would be easier to stay silent, in the choice to stay when running would feel safer, in the moment you wake up early and do what you said you would. In the second you forgive someone, not because they earned it, but because you're ready to let go. These are not loud decisions. They don't make headlines, but they build something. They build trust with yourself. They build momentum. They build a life that's aligned with who you truly are. You're not going to wake up one day and be completely transformed. You're going to change in layers, in phases, in inches. And every inch matters. Every small act of courage stacks on top of the last, until one day you look around and realize you're standing in a different place, not because you jumped, but because you walked. And that's enough. You don't need a massive shift. You need one small, honest choice today, then another tomorrow, and another after that. Consistency beats intensity, and courage, even in tiny amounts, changes everything. So don't wait for the leap. Don't wait for some magical push. Choose the small step that's been calling you, the quiet yes, the difficult no, the truth you've been avoiding. Those are the choices that matter. Those are the ones that shape your days, your mindset, your future. Big change looks glamorous, but real change, it looks like showing up. It looks like trying again. It looks like doing the hard thing even if it's just for 1 minute. So trust the small decisions. They are not small at all. They are the road to everything you've been hoping for. Forgiveness, action, or clarity all can begin within 60 minutes. It doesn't take a lifetime to heal. It doesn't take a month of planning to make a move. It doesn't take years of searching to find the truth that's been inside you all along. Sometimes it just takes 1 hour. One quiet, brave, focused hour. You can spend that hour replaying the past, or you can use it to release it. You can spend that hour worrying about what might happen, or you can spend it doing something that changes what will happen. You can spend that hour in noise, or you can spend it in awareness, 1 hour, to forgive yourself for the mistakes you've been punishing yourself for, to let go of the resentment you've been holding like armor. To breathe deep and say, I can't change what happened, but I can change how I carry it. 1 hour, to take the first step toward a goal that's been haunting you, to write the message, to make the call. To start the project, to stop talking about it, and just do it, because action isn't waiting for you down the road, it's waiting for you right now, in the small move, the first word, the single decision. 1 hour, to clear the fog in your mind, to sit with yourself long enough to understand what you truly want, to turn down the volume on everyone else's opinions and finally hear your own voice again. Clarity doesn't always come in a flash of lightning. Sometimes it shows up in the quiet, in the stillness, in the choice to really listen to your heart. You think 60 minutes isn't enough to matter. But entire chapters begin in that time, new paths are chosen in that time, chains break in that time, because when you bring presence, honesty, and intention into 1 hour, everything can shift. You don't need to know how the rest of your life will unfold. You just need to be bold enough to begin something real right now. Forgiveness, action, or clarity. They don't wait for the calendar to change. They wait for you to say, this hour is mine. You don't need a 5-year plan, you need 60 real minutes of commitment. You don't need a color-coded roadmap for every moment of your future. You don't need to predict every step, every turn, every challenge. You just need to stop stalling and start showing up because planning is safe. It feels productive. It gives the illusion of progress without asking you to actually move . But commitment asks for something deeper. It asks you to do, not just to think, to step forward, not just to sketch possibilities. You don't have to know where you'll be in 5 years. You just need to be fully present in the next 60 minutes, to give 1 solid hour of real focus, of true intention, of no more excuses. Because let's be honest, how many plans have you made that never got touched again? How many dreams have been locked in notebooks, waiting for the perfect time? There is no perfect time. There is only now. There is only this moment, this hour, and what you choose to do with it. You can keep preparing forever and call it patience. Or you can commit for just 1 hour and call it progress. Because commitment doesn't mean you have it all together. It means you're willing to begin. It means you're ready to drop the fantasy of someday and get real with today. 1 hour of truth is more powerful than 5 years of pretending. 1 hour of showing up fully, completely, unapologetically can shift something deep inside you. It's not about how far ahead you can see. It's about how honestly you can start. No distractions, no hesitation, no waiting for the stars to align. Just 1 hour of saying, this matters, I matter, and I'm ready to act like it. Don't let the need for a perfect plan keep you from a powerful beginning. You don't need to map out every detail. You just need 60 real minutes, fully present, fully awake, fully yours. Pain of change is temporary. Pain of regret lasts. Change hurts. It stretches you. It shakes your comfort. It pulls you out of the familiar and throws you into the unknown. It asks you to let go of what's easy and step into what's uncertain. And yes, that hurts. There's no sugarcoating it. But the pain of change, it passes. It softens with time. It teaches you. It makes you stronger, clearer, more honest with yourself. You walk through the fire, and you come out different, not broken, but refined. But the pain of regret, that one lingers, it follows you, it whispers in the quiet moments. What if you had tried? What if you had spoken up? What if you hadn't waited? Regret is a slow ache. It doesn't demand attention the way change does. It sits in the background year after year, asking questions you'll never be able to answer. It grows in silence, in the chances not taken, in the words never said, in the dreams you talked yourself out of. You may avoid the short-term discomfort of change, but in doing so, you invite the long-term ache of wondering what could have been, and that kind of pain doesn't just go away. Because the hardest thing to live with isn't failure, it's knowing you never gave yourself a real chance. You don't have to be fearless to change, you just have to be brave for a moment, brave enough to try, brave enough to leave the familiar behind, brave enough to believe that something better is possible. Even if it's hard, even if it hurts, because that pain is part of the process. It's proof you're growing. It's the cost of becoming more, and it doesn't last, but the pain of regret that shows up when the chance is gone. When the moment has passed, when the door you didn't walk through is now just a memory, so choose the pain that leads to something, the discomfort that brings you forward, the fear that moves, not paralyzes. Because the pain of change may leave a scar, but the pain of regret, it builds a cage. You have the power to make this hour the turning point, not tomorrow, not next week, not when the timing feels perfect or the fear goes away. Right now, this very moment, this breath, this choice, you don't need permission, you don't need certainty, you don't need the stars to align. All you need is a decision, one grounded, steady decision to stop spinning in circles and start moving forward. Because it doesn't take a massive event to change your life. Sometimes it just takes a pause, a breath, a choice that says, I'm done waiting. A moment that draws a line between who you've been and who you're becoming. That moment can be this one. You don't need to fix everything in an hour. You just need to begin something real. You just need to be present enough, honest enough, bold enough to say, this is where it shifts. This is where I stop making excuses. This is where I stop shrinking to fit. This is where I stop letting fear write the story, and it doesn't have to look dramatic. It doesn't have to be loud or flashy. It can be quiet, private, internal. A single decision that only you feel, but that will echo through everything that comes next. Because the smallest act of courage in this moment can become the foundation of something unshakable. This is your hour. No one else can claim it for you. No one else can live it, use it, waste it, or redeem it. Only you. You can choose to scroll past it. Or you can choose to stop, breathe, and turn inward, and say, this hour is mine. This is where I remember who I am. This is where I stop running and start returning to myself. This isn't about doing it all. It's about doing one thing that matters, right here, right now, and that one thing could be the beginning of everything. You have the power to make this hour the turning point. So now the question is simple. Will this be just another hour you let slip by, or will this be the one that changed everything? You don't have to know how the whole journey unfolds. You just have to start walking, one breath, one choice, 1 hour. This is your moment, not because it's perfect, but because it's yours. And if you choose to own it fully, fiercely, unapologetically, then this hour will not just pass. It will leave a mark. It will start a fire. It will become the hour that turned your life in a new direction. You're not waiting on a miracle. You're becoming one. So take the first step. The clock is already ticking. Make it count.